Welcome. I'm Greg Macon, and you're listening to the NeuroSpark. Are you someone that people text when they're feeling overwhelmed? Or maybe you're the one who takes the late night call? Or maybe are you the one that steps in when someone drops the ball? I know you care about people. You want to help them. You want to even serve them. But helping has come with a cost. And most of us don't recognize that cost until the bill comes due. Just take a moment and just be honest with yourself and say, what has sacrificing my own needs for the well-being of family, friends, colleagues, ministry, work, what does all of that cost me? Is it emotional exhaustion? It's tough to shake. Maybe it's feeling resentful toward the very people that you love. Or maybe it's that your marriage or friendship gets the leftovers instead of your best. Maybe your soul just feels depleted, dry, numb, and it ends up searching and Googling and scrolling to get your needs met inappropriately. Or maybe it's just feeling kind of remote from God because He's just one more good thing that we have to do something about, rather than kind of being on the receiving end of something that's actually nourishing to our soul. Maybe you just have no energy, no desire for what really brings you life. I believe that all of us learn very early on how to give. Blessed are those who give, right? But very few of us learn to name what actually giving has cost us. And that's exactly where the trouble begins. So imagine your life as a set of cups and responsibilities and things to do. Family, work, ministry, friendship, clients, those you serve. Now imagine that this pitcher of water represents you and your time, energy, your resources. Now picture yourself throughout the week pouring into others, like whether it's work and ministry. And then there's meetings, there's messages, and there's tasks and decisions. And then maybe you have to pour into your family, being present, caring, showing up. And then maybe you have to pour into the people that you serve and counsel and helping and coaching and handling crisis. And then there's friendships, and that requires listening, encouraging, being available. And then there's even God. And so by the end of the week, you've poured into all of these things and everyone, and you've poured out all of that, and there's very little left. There's hardly anything at all in the picture for you. You're running on empty. But more importantly, I want you to ask yourself these questions. Who is it that's draining your time, your energy, and resources? And then who actually fills you up, gives you life? You know, when we pause and reflect, most of us can name probably some of those draining people, very needy people, always having to give. But we rarely can name the people that I would call the fillers. And that's why it's important to intentionally go where you can get as much as you give. Think of it as emotional refueling. And that only happens in relationships where you are seen, heard, understood, and you get your relational, emotional needs met, rather than always having to meet them. So here's where I found 4 filling stations for my heart. One is a counselor, a coach, and a spiritual director, and they end up pouring in. Then I have my comrades, my one-on-one relationships with my friends, and there's this mutual that goes back and forth, not just me listening to them or them listening to me. And then there's my life group. It's similar, but there's a group of people that I can process life with, the good and the bad and the ugly parts. And then don't forget that there are these relational nutrients that we all need, such as acceptance. That means to connect with the real me without any judgment. I need empathy, that somebody feels and gets what I'm feeling with me, so I'm not alone. And I need validation. Help me know that my feelings matter rather than dismiss. I definitely need containment, allowing me to vent without fixing, making it all better. And then also affirmation, just calling out some of the good that you see in me. So I want you to invite to reflect on, where are the emotional and relational filling stations in your life where you can go to be refueled. Also, what's your most important need? And then finally, when this week and with whom will you actually ask for that need and then receive it from somebody? Take it in deep in your heart, because you are meant for more than just being a resource to others. You are meant to be resourced. And so here are 3 resources for you to check out. First is how to assemble your life team. There's a document there in this email. Second, join our NeuroFaith community for like-minded people if you haven't already. We have these free campfires that are safe spaces to connect. And then finally, if you're looking for a life group, a life team, I'm starting one next month where you can connect with safe people to get your needs met. That you can resource them, they resource you, and you can get refueled, re-energized, renewed, and refreshed. And it's out of a heart that is overflowing that we can not only do life, but that we can also be with and do life and give to others. Until next time, take care.